This is going to sound like so much hate, and I swear it's not.
Welcome back to the Warner Brothas Podcast. Somehow, I'm still here. It is Kyle and Keenan.
Yep.
Joined virtually by Timothy James Samuel Gray, as we just found out, double middle name for Timmy. Tim, what's up? First pod back since joining Fatherhood. Welcome back, sir. We're proud of you. We're happy for you.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Been a while, boys.
It seems like it's been forever.
It has
only
been
a
a
couple
long while.
weeks, but it seems like it's been forever.
I don't even remember what we talked about last time.
I couldn't.
True story.
I couldn't tell you.
True story.
But just check in, Tim. We talked about it a little before, but how are you doing? Fatherhood and everything. How is everything going for you?
Honestly, babies are easy. Just they wake up a lot, and that wakes you up a lot, and you kind of sleep on edge a lot. So that's like the biggest thing is the sleep. But other than that, we're Gucci.
That's good. That's good. And you're back to the full swing of work, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir. Just started back on Sunday, unfortunately, and yeah.
Had to come back on a Sunday. That's rough.
Yeah.
Sunday.
That's
Football
rough.
Sunday.
But Timmy, before we get into, obviously, Kyle and I did the first portion of tiers. We're going to go through the tiers, talk about the second portion of tiers. Before we get into that, I have a quick question for you. Over the last little bit of time, are there any thoughts, takes, or things that you have on your mind that you just need to let go before we get into the tiers? I didn't know if you had anything pressing since you've been away for a second. If there's something I have to say this and I need to get it out. So I was just checking. If you don't, that's fine. We go right into tiers.
Not necessarily any pressing points. The NFL has just really confused the hell out of me this year. There isn't a team that I'm confident is a juggernaut. I always use that term they got to play Kansas City, they got to play Baltimore. None of those teams anymore are those teams, it seems. So that's the biggest thing is we've had some real true parity with the NFL this year.
Yeah.
The one thing that I was thinking about after Monday night's game is I think everybody just has to let Jackson Dart do what he wants to do. If he wants to get 7 concussions a year, just let him. I don't care. Yes, he could be
He wants to
be, and I understand the sentiment around protect yourself, but he does have a point. This is how he has always played football. And specifically on the hit going out of bounds that I texted the group chat about, don't blame him for that at all. I think 25 of the 32 QBs in the league do exactly that. They try and get that extra half yard. The other ones are old, Aaron Rodgers. He would obviously just duck out right as he did. But yeah, I think he's going to do that. He's going to do that for the rest of his career. So just get used to it. Hard-headed. Yeah.
For me, I think it's more so him doing that is fine. It's just picking and choosing certain spots for it.
Sure.
The reason why I didn't love that one is it's first quarter, and it's not the game at that point was pressing. If, say, that was 3rd and 16, they're down 24-20 to the Patriots, and that's the drive. Getting that extra yard, I guess I would just say if I'm going to get 10 bruising hits all season, because that's how he's going to play, I would just pick and choose my spots and make sure they're semi worth it and the time frame for it would be. But I do get what you're saying. If you don't want to take that portion of the player out, because then you don't get the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. I just would, for me personally, that's my guy that I'm rooting for every week. It'd be could we just wait? Could that be 4th or 3rd down? And could we get it on a game that really close, in the 4th, for you to take that hit?
Sure.
Because Baker at this point does that, and we love Baker for
Josh
maybe
Allen
does
that. At one point, Lamar would have done that. A lot of these QBs do
Lamar's
that.
a statue now.
Exactly. That man doesn't run. Concrete shoes.
Yeah, I was gonna say just a statue at this point in his career.
Yeah, to this topic at hand, I would say Jackson Dart's probably not going to have a long career if he plays that way.
Hey,
I get what you're saying.
He's playing in New York, man. He's probably not having
That's-
a long career as it is. Like,
Amen. I mean, you make a good point. You are who you are at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
We used to have this conversation about Cam Newton,
mhm.
Josh Allen. I remember saying this about Josh Allen a few years ago. Like,
Exactly.
Josh Allen can only take so many hits. Right now, he's still withstanding them. You know, he's dishing out the punishment a lot. So you never know as far as if Jackson Dart can put on weight. He doesn't look like he's got the frame, obviously, of a Cam Newton or Josh Allen.
No.
But you never know. You never know. We've seen Mahomes dish out some hits more often than not this year, going towards the sideline. But if you're taking direct blows like that to the upper body, to the head, you're landing on your throwing arm, you know, that's not the best. You want to preserve yourself for the franchise. But at the end of the day, you are who you are.
Yeah.
I also loved how there was a different play. He got laid out. He got like bad head-to-head contact, and one of the analysts comes in and he goes, "Oh, he's a runner at this point, so it's allowed to be head-to-head." And I was thinking, like, isn't the NFL like kind of gone away from that? Like at one point, if you led with your helmet while running the ball, that was a penalty. Or if you led with your helmet while tackling, that was a penalty. But now they're like, I don't care. Just fuck it. If you're a runner, just lay him out. Head to head's fine. That's perfectly good.
Yeah, no, as long as you're not a defenseless receiver or like a quarterback
QB
who's in the pocket,
they don't care.
Yeah,
about
no, which is kind of weird. Which
Yeah.
is kind of weird. Like, oh, he's not an active runner, so helmet to helmet's fine. It's kind of like I get it if you're like you've inadvertently kind of like maybe but if a helmet to helmet hit should just be a helmet to helmet hit at this point, because like at that point you're obviously still the point of it is to stop CTE and all that brain damage.
Exactly. It shouldn't matter where the helmet to helmet.
Just because you're prepared for the brain damage doesn't mean the brain damage stops.
Actually, he was moving forwards, so that's a legal hit. Like that doesn't really make sense, but
yeah,
it's the NFL.
It sucks because there's so many hits now. The good officiating crews are on top of it, but there's so many hits where it's bang bang, or maybe the offensive player is lowering himself to where the defense wasn't aiming himself at the head, but now it does become the head, or they're hitting the shoulder and the head snaps back and the refs automatically assume, oh, he got hit hard. Boom.
Yeah.
We've talked about this many times. That's my biggest gripe with refs is on these bang bang plays. They make a judgment call and then you can't review it.
Yep.
I wish helmet to helmet specifically could be reviewed, because I feel like that's much more cut and dry than the pass interference back in the day when you could review that for that one season about 3 or 4 seasons ago.
Yep.
Helmet to helmet. There's so many when it's very, very clear the defense is not trying to harm the offensive person, or vice versa. If it's the running back or the offensive player who's getting called on it. There's so much nuance to that I wish they could review it.
And those could easily be called in. Like you could just like obviously there, and unless you're going no huddle, and typically on those plays you can't even get to a no huddle. You get 30, 40 seconds between a play. That could easily be we watch a replay twice. We whistle down, no, that needs to be this, or we whistle down and like, hey, that's not that if you already threw the flag, and like you kind of can move on from that. Like you could do that within the flow of the game without disrupting the flow of the game.
Yeehaw.
But hey, ye doggy. But Timmy, so we obviously.
Sorry, I was gonna say the biggest pressing thing was
good.
that the Giants needed to fire Shane Bowen, and they did, so that's good.
Okay, so you were already that was on your mind.
Yeah, it was on my mind, but it went off my mind after they fired him, and then it's been resolved.
So you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Tim, how do you feel about Abdul Carter's team meeting?
I still don't know if that's even true, because that dude that you sent the screenshot of the tweet, that dude has been wrong on every single thing he's ever posted, ever. Whatever his name is, Wesley Steinberg or something. Everything I see from him is misinformation. So I would love it to be true, because that's hilarious. And now this is the second time he's been punished for like a really stupid incident. But
what was the other one?
He said he was doing rehab during a team meeting, and he just missed the entire meeting, and they benched him for the first drive against. Damn, I don't even know who they played. It was earlier in the season.
Not a good start to his career.
No, not at all. Especially
and a sack and a half this season.
And like, he got like one pick, and that's like all he's done.
Yeah.
It's like 19 less than I had him hitting this year.
Yeah, Myles Garrett's season is what Kyle felt Abdul Carter was going to do, or at least 80% of Myles Garrett's season.
I'll give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt here because that's Shane Bowen's fault for not letting him be Abdul Carter. He wanted him to be fucking Ray Lewis, I guess, and that's just not who he is. So,
yeah.
I will say there was a report I saw yesterday from a Giants beat reporter that said that story is not true. He missed team activity.
gotcha.
So we'll go with that. The first story is much funnier.
Yeah,
And much more concerning if you're a Giants fan, honestly, if you've got your all-world prospect who is a let's say a porn addict possibly, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
And also if that for some reason was true, like why does that come to the conclusion if it's not true? Why is that the conclusion of your report? Like, oh, I heard this. I've got
That's the thing. It almost has to be true.
Like it's so ridiculous that either this guy needs to lose his reporting license and no longer needs to do that because now he's just making up things about anybody. And then the fact that it's true that, and also,
Make up the wildest
I also
shit.
think the part that we had to think twice about, it's not great for Abdul Carter too.
Yeah,
Because like
no,
if
that's
someone said
facts.
Patrick Mahomes was doing that in a meeting,
And
everyone would have looked at him and like, I'm sure Mahomes was doing this and brush it off. But the fact that Abdul Carter did it and we looked at it and we took it as real for a moment, it's like, wait, we may need to check our behaviors on a day-to-day if we can believe that you just you forgot that your headphones were plugged in watching films in the meeting room. That's just crazy. Like Lamar we would never think Lamar did that.
Depends on who's reporting it, though. It's kind of the world we live in, though, with social media, where someone can just say it.
No, it is.
Even if, I mean, truth be told, I haven't said this a lot on here. I don't think I've said it at all. But one of the things that gets me, the whole Delonte West LeBron James rumor.
Yeah.
There used to be a Deadspin article. You can probably still find it that like completely dispels that rumor and even shows you how the rumor was started. And people still take that as like folklore, that it's just true and you know, this and that. And yeah, they actually showed you the origin of the rumor, how it got started, how it got spread. It's probably like a 20-year-old article right now, or close to it, 15-year article probably. But
yeah, it was like
very interesting. Yeah, it was towards the end of his Cavs tenure. Like people say that's part of the reason he went to Miami.
Golly, man, that was almost 20. Golly, and LeBron's still in the league. Get him, LeBron, retire.
LeBron's still doing it. Oh, I got a basketball question for you, real quick. Is Tyronn Lue gonna get fired like shortly, or like
it could happen with everything that's going on with the Clippers? You're talking about like with the gambling and all that.
That, and then the whole like Chris Paul saga just seems really weird. Like he was saying that Chris Paul was like a detriment to the team, and I don't think he's ever been considered that on any team or any season that he's been in the league. So I don't know, like
100%,
you know, what he's drinking at this point. But
like Chris Paul's always been like a tougher guy to play for at times, just because he's not afraid to say what he thinks and what he feels. And for the most part throughout his career, he has been right in saying that. He's been a great leader, but like he can be a harsh guy and kind of, but I mean, I watched him last year thoroughly doing Spurs Digest in San Antonio for 82 and every report that came out, and nothing but kind and great things we have in San Antonio to say about Chris Paul late career. So I don't.
And now we just get like Tyronn Lue kind of being really childish and like not even talking to him at points. Like just a lot of weird stuff.
When the 30 for 30 comes out on the Clippers from the getting Kawhi and the trade to Paul George and then building a dynasty, but just happening to doing an OKC instead of in LA, it's going to be a real great 30 for 30. I can't wait for it to come out because it is their best season was a Western Conference Finals without Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, there's so much drama. Well, that was the same year he got injured.
He got injured.
So he was
like
a big part of why they got to the finals. I would say that
he got to the conference. He was a big part. I think he got injured in mid-second round.
He was balling the F out.
Yeah, he was playing well. But that was like the pinnacle of them saying that was the pinnacle of them was no Kawhi in the conference finals
for sure. As far as the Clippers go, there's so much drama surrounding them between the aspiration thing, between Ty Lue being best friends with Chauncey Billups and being at a lot of the places Chauncey and KG and Damon Jones and all these guys were. with these illegal poker games and such and around sketchy people. It's almost like if you're the Clippers, you have to ignore it. And that seems to be the way they're playing it. So it seems like if they were going to fire Ty Lue,
They're like,
they would have already.
just ignore everything. We have
I mean, that's what they've been
18
doing for the last
different
6 months.
things
Because, I mean,
going
this
on.
whole thing with Kawhi and the cap,
Yep.
circumventing the cap, like that is like as heinous as you can get. And who knows, maybe it's been going on forever in the NBA. Supposedly it has. But the fact that they had like concrete reporting, this has happened, Ballmer knew about it, and we haven't heard about it, that says a lot about Adam Silver, first of all. He's
Yep.
trying to play it off. But the fact that that's going on and Ty Lue is directly linked to Chauncey Billups and all these shady people, and they're just like, yeah, you know, whatever. And then this Chris Paul thing comes out, who again is like number one, like class A type of leader you can have in any sport, to be honest with you. Rings or not, you'd want that guy leading your team.
Put him on the Olympic team just to have him there. Like,
yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
The fact that you're cutting him, and he was already a Clipper, an all-time great Clipper before this, and you just cut him unceremoniously in his last season. Very interesting. Not a good look at all. Not a good look at all.
Can you name 3 better players in their franchise history? No.
well, their history isn't very good. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
Griffin.
no, like an all-time Elton Brand. Like you don't have much of your history, and now you're trying to alienate one of the players who would be easily in your Hall of Fame and your Mount Rushmore of your entire franchise.
On top of that, Tyronn Lue's a legit great coach.
Yeah,
he's like
yeah,
a better coach.
100%.
Yeah. Not only that, they did it in the middle of the night in Atlanta. Like they couldn't wait till he was home, just like on, like in the morning or anything. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Hey, Chris.
Might as well just stay.
Peace. Yeah, it must have been some real tension. And again, it's all over. The sounds of it was Chris Paul being like exactly what a veteran leader should do.
Yeah, saying this should happen, and then
they said he was calling players out, and the coaches didn't like that. I don't know what that's about. Doesn't sound like Tyronn Lue is the most secure of coaches, if that's the case. But
no.
Maybe Chris Paul. Maybe the move here, Tim, is that Chris Paul retires, and then they fire Ty Lue after the season. Chris Paul becomes the Clippers coach. That would be very NBA.
It would be NBA of them, and Chris Paul would be a great coach. I think he'd be a very good coach.
Definitely can make it work.
Pull off the Jason Kidd.
You pull off the Jason Kidd.
I want to send my well wishes right now to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Literally right before we got on, it looked like I don't want to speculate, but it looked like a lower extremity injury, non-contact, ankle area. You can pick up what I'm putting down when I say that. So I don't want to say it to jinx it. I hope that's not what it is. Keenan, you said he walked off. They're calling it a right calf strain, so let's hope that's actually what it is, because it looked like the other injury.
Yes, it didn't look good. It was the look back, the look down, the sit down. Looked like he wanted to hit the ground because he was frustrated because he knew
the sniper shot.
So it wasn't great, but this is the midst of the time where we're talking. Reports are coming out that the Spurs are going to be really interested and aggressive with Giannis in trades, and that Giannis is looking to get at like. The Giannis trades were circulating today earlier, and then this happened. So hopefully those can get executed, and hopefully Giannis, one of the best players in the league and one of the better players to ever play basketball, can be healthy. So our prayers are up to Giannis that he doesn't miss more than that he's back at the new year.
We saw it last weekend with Sauce Gardner, and he seems to be okay. So maybe we're good.
Yeah, that is a good look
in the.
Yes, and we have PT, and this is the same thing. We had PTSD.
I've got good news.
What?
Twitter doctor here commenting under Sham's report. He said, by the looks of it, luckily it was an Achilles tear. Was not an Achilles tear. MRI will determine severity of timeline. Grade 1, 1 to 2 weeks. Grade 2, 3 to 6. Grade 3, 8 to 12. But he says it does not look like the magic A word.
I'll take 8 to 12 weeks rather than 8 to 12 months. So I'll take that.
So he's worth 10 firsts, whatever team wants him.
No, like he's worth a boatload, and hey, just get healthy soon. Let's hope that it's only a grade 1 and that you just take your time. We can see you before the All-Star break. Or honestly before mid-January, honestly, let's hope.
Not to get like super sidetracked. I know we're trying to do tiers, but did you guys see the Frank Ragnow coming out of retirement.
Yeah,
And then they're
one
like,
of the-
That was very
oh, by the
interesting.
way, you got a grade 3 hamstring tear. You can't play football. Like,
like
I had no idea.
What?
Like, how do you
how
not
did you
know
get out
you
of
have
bed this morning, dude? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Did he really just think like, man, football took a toll on my body, and so I just have to walk with a limp every
Man
day?
limps
Like,
in there on
what?
crutches. He's like, Dan, I can go. Put me in, please.
I want to know the real story behind this. 'Cause
Yeah, it's
something had to have happened.
Crazy.
And it sounds like they said the reason why he's coming back is because he loves the game. So it sounds like he'd be back next year.
Maybe, yeah.
If that's the case, like, great for the Lions, obviously, because he's
No.
still a young guy too. On top of that,
Yeah, they needed it too. Like, that line has not been the same pop line that it has been over the last few years. And golly, but I mean, how do you not know you have a hamstring tear? Like, what do you like? How sore are you waking up every day
Frank, your whole
not
thigh
realize
is
that-
purple. He's like, oh.
Like, what are we doing? Golly,
I wonder if it was something else and they just called it that.
Maybe
I wonder.
it's gotta be, because there's no way he's just walking around with like a hamstring tear. Because after, just because you retired from the league, you haven't gone to the doctor since. Like, you just
don't know
like
what pain is anymore.
you no longer
Excuse me?
like I'm in pain, guys. Well, I'm fine. I don't need to go to the doctor. Are you sure your whole leg is purple?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go play some football. I'll be fine.
Nah, we're chill. I'll get back to it.
Put some Robitussin.
Rub some dirt in it. We'll be fine. Golly.
All right, listen, we made a big deal yesterday of me leaving Tennessee and me doing a podcast right before I catch my flight, and how we're going to do part 1 yesterday, and I would be home for part 2 today. And look, I'm still here. Flights did not work out. Delays were not in my favor. But I'm glad to be here, Keen. It's cool to do another podcast, a bonus in-person podcast. We got Tim.
It's one of the first ones I think we've done with other people while we've been in person in a while.
Done a couple. Yeah, it's been probably since we did one.
I think
we
it
did
was
a couple with Brandon and Duke.
I think it was like around the Super Bowl time, because yes, but I mean, we have been talking about this, Kyle. The cool thing about having Kyle here is obviously his thoughts don't really just get spoken to me when he's just over text, because he's working, I'm working, doing jobs. But while he's been walking around, it's like, so Keenan, what are your thoughts? Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I just continuously keep getting
I've been trying to keep my mouth.
It's
like
like
y'all were talking about the Pats and the Giants in the group chat the other day. I'm like, I got to keep my mouth shut. 'Cause I do have Patriots thoughts. I got Giants thoughts. I got whoever thoughts.
And so, and he was so eager to do these tiers that we had to break them up into 2, because he needed to talk about the bottom portion of it. And so what we're going to probably do right now is read off the bottom portion of it. Timmy will read through the whole thing, and then from bottom to the where we stopped. And then we'll let you have any thoughts that you have on it. We'll see what dialogue's there. And then from there, Kyle will unveil the second portion of his NFL tiers.
Real quick before I read these off, quick little NBA side again. Says that the Pelicans will take the first reasonable and intriguing offer on Zion Williamson, if possible. That's the report. Who knows? Reports are reports. That could be anything, but says that the Pelicans will take the first intriguing and reasonable offer on Zion, which seems long overdue.
We were talking about this, and shout out to Brandon Petty and his either first or second pod ever with us, saying that Zion was going to be a bust. Does Zion have a lot of talent? Yes, but for what his potential is, could you consider him a bust? You could consider him a bust. So shout out to Brandon Petty for going out on a limb, saying I think Zion's going to be.
He even said it's specifically injury.
He said specifically, I think he'll be fine, but he won't be able to withstand. Like he
actually kind of called it to me.
What's happened is what Brandon thought was going to happen.
Brandon specifically said he was going to lose a whole season to the gumbo, and it happened. Louisiana took a toll on that man.
Golly. And then he lost the weight, and then his abductor said no.
That man is, for whatever reason, too athletic for his own good. I say he just needs to go to the NFL, become a defensive end,
Straight
go
up.
the Miles Garrett route.
Exactly.
And,
he's built
he won't
just
make as
like
much
him,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or if he doesn't want that physicality, just be a tight end. And I tell you what, post fades with him in the end zone where he can just jump up and get it.
Or take up bowling and join the PBA.
There you go.
If you can bowl a strike 10 times in a row.
Dude, he'll get all the
Yes.
sponsors. He could bowl like a 47 and make a lot of money bowling.
That's true. That's true. He could go into NASCAR. He would somehow probably be safer if he
If
went
they
into
could
NASCAR
get
or
him in the
F1.
car, then he could
Yeah,
go into NASCAR.
He would need a specially made car
He's like
somehow.
sitting in the back seat.
If he, yeah, right, straight up. If he was, he wouldn't be able to do MLB because he'd pull muscles going to first base.
Yep.
Because that's been his problem in that.
It'd be hitting bombs, or he plays slow pitch softball though. Because if you hit a bomb in slow pitch softball, you don't have to actually run
You
the
just
bases.
jog it out, yeah.
You can just, you don't even have to. Like in a lot of leagues, you can just hit the ball and go to the dugout. You don't have to go to first because like they expect you to go out. So
Could join Power Slap and be the GOAT.
Ooh.
or dog sledding.
Dog slap.
Dog slap.
Jamaica has a bobsled team.
Jamaican bobsledding
I know this
specifically,
complete. Yeah,
All right.
All right.
We're ready for these tiers.
ready for him.
You ready?
That's the second tease for tiers. All right, Tim. Here was part one yesterday. The meaningless tier, Raiders and Titans.
Mm-hmm.
The extended preseason tier, Browns, Giants, Jets, and Saints. The playing spoiler tier, Cardinals, Commanders, Falcons, and Vikings. So you're saying there's a slim chance tier. So we're getting into more competitive teams here. Bengals and Dolphins. No man's land tier. It's only one team. Can you guess who that is?
No. Steelers?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hell yeah.
You're correct.
Hell yeah.
Worthy competitors tier, Chargers and Jaguars.
Good.
And then for the second consecutive tiers list, I should say, we had a TBD, and it only involved one team. You want to take a stab at who that team is?
I think it was it the Ravens?
It is the Ravens.
Okay.
It is the
That's
Ravens.
what I thought.
Yep.
And that's where we ended the list on that cliffhanger. Without further ado,
Do you have any thoughts or
Any-
feelings
any thoughts,
on that
comments?
first portion? Like team high, too low, in the right spots?
I think the tier slim, so there's a slim chance. The Bengals' chance is actually a little bit less slim than it looks. We might get a division winner with 8 wins.
What we were talking about.
So,
Because when you brought it up, I painted the picture and I was like talking to myself. I was like, if they win out, they're like almost
not an
guaranteed to be in
yeah.
because of the way things probably are going to slice up with how strong the other schedules are. But realistically, each of the Steelers and Ravens could go 2 and 3.
Mhm.
And if they're 8 and 9, if the Bengals have a loss to play with, as long as they beat the Ravens,
Yeah, they would have the head-to-head on the Ravens.
they would have the head-to-head. And even if they lost to the Ravens, they still might have the head-to-head because they go 4 and 2 in the division.
Yeah.
Because they'd have a big better division record if the Ravens split with the Steelers. So, or the Steelers either way. Because golly,
It's
man, oh man.
It is so interesting that like that could like shake out that way. I keep seeing like they show now that at this point in the season they show the playoff picture after like every single game, and they're
Yeah.
like they always have the Dolphins in there, and they're whatever now 5 and 7, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think there is a way that the Dolphins can make it. Like there really isn't. They would have to
They
win
have
out,
to-
and then a bunch of teams would have to lose out. So yes, they're statistically not eliminated, but like realistically, they're not in it. But the Bengals are, and they're in like the same exact record boat, isn't it? It's just crazy to think.
And again, they would be in the driver's seat and the favorites to win the division if they would have won both the Jets or the Bears game. And if they won one of the two, they would be maybe not the favorites, but favored. Like, okay, this team easily can do it if they only have one game to make up over these next 5.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you guys are right. They're in a weird spot. It is a slim chance. They've already got 8 losses, but they weirdly control their own destiny.
yes.
Just the way it fell out, the way Burrow coming back fell. You do wonder what happens if he comes back in that Patriots game. What would we be talking about then? Maybe
Sure.
they're a tier higher.
Especially if Jamar Chase doesn't spit on somebody's face too.
Yeah,
like,
if Jamar Chase doesn't spit on somebody, because they were in that Pats game till the end. So you got a little bit of New York Giants talk. You got some NBA talk there too. We're actually going to cut this off and we're going to go to our NFL tiers next. So this is going to be a little mini podcast before the real NFL tiers podcast. So tap in, go to the next pod. Peace.